OC. Viewer discretion is advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello everybody, welcome to this week's Friday Night Smackdown episode. You are here with Just G this week, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on everything that happened on Smackdown this week. Before we get into it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and tell us in the comments which match you are most looking forward to at Bash at Berlin so far, with the 3 that we have had announced. So yeah, let's get into Smackdown this week. So we start off with Tiffany Stratton, Kit Wilson and Elton Prince of Pretty Deadly in the ring, and there is lots of pink and white balloons, pink like material everywhere, a little podium with the WWE Women's Championship on it, and like unicorn balloons, and it's just really pink and over the top. It's very Tiffany Stratton, if you ask me, very Tiffany Stratton. Then Tiffany announces Nia down to the ring, as this is a celebration for Nia winning the WWE Women's Championship. Nia comes out, she is in a white outfit. She is sat on a crown being pulled, sat on a throne being pulled along by some people. She's got a crown on. They get so far and the throne thing like attaches to a ramp, and they help her walk down the ramp, and she makes her way into the ring. She has this glorious like silver really pointy crown on. It's really pretty. Fun fact I did see on social media earlier in the week, the person that made Nia Jax's crown was the person that made a lot of Bray Wyatt's masks and replicas, which is really cool. I really like that piece of information. Yeah, so Nia makes her way down to the ring, and she starts off by saying, Tiffany, you really shouldn't have done any of this. You shouldn't have done it. And Tiffany's like, after everything you've done for me, everything you've done to help me, as my best friend, you only deserve this. I just wanted to give back to you. Do you love it? And she's like, Nia is like, there's an awful lot of pink. And Tiffany says, do you not love it? Do you not love it? And Nia's like, it's not really my style. My style is more destruction and destroy. And I am a woman of my word, and I kept my word when I destroyed Bayley at SummerSlam and became the new WWE Women's Champion. And she's like, now, the locker room, all of the locker room, you guys need to bow down to me. And then she turns to Tiffany and she's like, what better way to start than with you, Tiff? You bow down to me. And Tiff's like, you want me to bow down? And she's like, now? And Nia's like, yes, I want you to bow down now. And then Tiffany spurts off like, no, yeah, it's not time. This is why I brought Pretty Deadly out here. This is why Kit and Elton are here. They're going to perform a musical about you. They're going to sing to you, Nia, and then we're all going to bow down to you because men deserve to bow down as well. And she kind of gets away with it, and then Pretty Deadly break out into music and they start singing a little song that they've put together for Nia. It's pretty cool. And then as they break into like a dance moment, we see a figure from behind, and none other than Michin appears. She jumps in ring, she attacks Tiff, she attacks Nia, she attacks Pretty Deadly. She has a kendo stick in hand. She's just banging them all out. So yeah, and then we see Nia and Tiff like roll out and start to walk down the ramp, and they're like, what happened there? How did this happen? Okay, so we move into our first match for this evening, which is Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. As we know, they've had a couple of matches in previous weeks. I believe Andrade is 2 up against Carmelo Hayes at this point. So we're in the ring when the match starts. Andrade has multiple attempts to go for Carmelo Hayes, but Carmelo Hayes, he dodges every single time. Eventually, Andrade manages to kick Carmelo Hayes in the face. There is then a lot of back and forth between the two. Nobody really has control. Carmelo manages to roll up and cover Andrade, but Andrade kicks out. Andrade then hits a drop kick to Carmelo Hayes and he falls out of the ring. Andrade jumps up onto the ropes and hits a moonsault to Carmelo out of the ring. He grabs Carmelo Hayes, throws him back up into the ring, but as Andrade gets up into the ring, Carmelo Hayes rolls out the other side. So Andrade naturally walks across the ring towards him. Carmelo jumps up onto the apron, grabs his head and like pulls it down onto the ropes and does that whole drop back thing. So then we have Carmelo going up onto the ropes in that corner, but Andrade is one step ahead and he punches him in the back of the knees and makes him fall down. Then in the corner, Andrade counters by hitting his knees and he falls down off the ropes. Andrade climbs up onto the top ropes then, but Carmelo is managing to like pull him out, and then he slips under Andrade and throws him down onto the ground. He like falls, hits the apron, and then hits the ground outside. It looked pretty painful, I'm not gonna lie. It looked pretty painful. Right, then we are back in the ring. Carmelo is top rope. He is punching Andrade, who's on the mid rope. Punch. They're going for it. Carmelo's like sat on the top ring. Andrade's like stood on the mid ring, and they are rope, and they are like punching. Then there's a headbutt with to Carmelo from Andrade. Andrade then hits a Spanish fly to Carmelo. Okay, so after Andrade hits the Spanish fly to Carmelo, he goes for cover on Carmelo, but Carmelo kicks. Carmelo goes for a super kick to Andrade, and then Andrade goes for a superplex, a multiple of superplexes to Carmelo. He hits a superplex. He goes for a second superplex, but as Andrade goes for that third superplex to Carmelo, Carmelo counters with a cutter. Carmelo rolls Andrade, but Andrade kicks. Andrade then rolls up Carmelo, but Carmelo kicks. Again, Carmelo goes for another roll on Andrade, but Andrade manages to kick again. Carmelo goes for a knee to the temple to Andrade. However, Andrade gets up and hits a high back elbow to Carmelo. He goes for cover on Carmelo again, but Carmelo kicks. There is multiple covers at multiple points, but nobody wants to give in. It's kick after kick after kick out. So we then see Andrade up on the top rope. He is going for a moonsault, but it actually misses because Carmelo rolls out of the way. Andrade sets up to hit the message to Carmelo, but Carmelo counters, throws Andrade over his shoulders and slams him into the ground. He rolls and grabs like Andrade's legs. 1, 2, 3. Carmelo Hayes is your winner of this match. Fabulous. We are now 2-1. Carmelo now has a 1 win on Andrade, which I didn't expect to see. I actually thought they might give Andrade the 3 wins. But yeah, Carmelo's in the middle of the ring. He's gloating a lot. Andrade doesn't like this, so he comes back and he attacks. They're on the floor going at it. Punches. Officials, Nick, refs, they all come out to stop this. They eventually pull them apart and take them away. So yeah, that was that match. We got there in the end. So we then move to backstage. We see Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, and they are holding the Ulafala necklace. And Solo is saying to Tama Tonga, if I have this necklace, I am the tribal chief. However, if Roman gets this necklace, he becomes the tribal chief, and I will acknowledge him, and you will also have to acknowledge him. So Solo's like, we told Roman if he wants the Ulafala, he has to come and get it. And it kind of ends there, which is really cool. Oh, appearance from Clive. Hi, Clive. So yeah, if Roman wants to be the tribal chief again, he needs the Ulafala necklace from Solo Sikoa. I thought the wording of this segment, the way he was like, I will have to acknowledge and you will have to acknowledge. I love how a necklace is stepping between who is the tribal chief at this point. It would be interesting if the necklace like broke and I don't know, we have to actually have a fight to see who's the real tribal chief. I don't know. Anyway, we move on to the next segment for this evening, which is a match between Naomi and Blair Davenport. So we are in the ring. The match is about to start. There is punches back and forth from the two girls. Punches, go. Blair goes for a clothesline to Naomi, but Naomi does her usual slide under the arm. And it completely misses. She jumps back up and she hits Blair Davenport with a rear view and takes her out. She rolls out of the ring, Naomi with a kick through the ropes to Blair Davenport, who then jumps off the apron onto Blair Davenport. So she like kicks Blair Davenport down and then off the apron jumps onto Blair Davenport on the ground and is like punching. She grabs her and throws her back up into the ring. Naomi climbs to the top rope and goes for a crossbody to Blair Davenport. She goes for cover, but Blair Davenport kicks out. After the commercial break, we come back to the ring. We've got Blair Davenport hitting a backbreaker to Naomi. These always look so painful. Anything that's done to a back makes me like yeah, you know. It looks painful. It looks painful. She goes for cover, but Naomi kicks out. Naomi counters Blair Davenport's move and then throws her across the ring. Naomi collides with Blair Davenport mid-ring. They're both looking pretty worn out at this point. The match has been going on for a few minutes. Neither one of them have much control over the match that is going on. There is a lot of back and forth between them. Nobody's really in control. Naomi gets up, she does a clothesline, then she does another clothesline, then a super kick to Blair Davenport, and then mid-rope Naomi jump kicks Blair Davenport in the face. Naomi then goes with a split splash to Blair Davenport, who covers Blair Davenport, but Blair Davenport manages to kick out. Why do I keep saying Blair Davenport? Why don't I just call her Blair? I don't know why I have to say their whole names all the time. But anyway, Blair rolls up Naomi. Naomi counters into a sliding kick to Blair with a big time drop kick to Blair on the bottom turnbuckle. Naomi's climbing rope, but Blair counters, pulls her down with a stomp to her chest, which looked painful as well. She then hits a knee to Naomi's face. 1, 2, 3. Blair Davenport is the winner of this match. It was a really good match. I really enjoyed the pair of them. And it's alluded to next week on Smackdown. We're now having a 3 against 3. So we're having our women's tag champions, Albert and Isla, with Blair Davenport versus Jade Cargill, Naomi and Bianca Belair. Is a 3-on-3 next week. So that was pretty cool. Next match of the evening is Kevin Owens versus Grayson Waller with Austin Theory ringside. I always seem like it's a little bit unfair when there's like a tag team ringside and then a solo on the other side, because obviously Grayson's got Austin to help him out. But Kevin is a great man and we know he's got this. So yeah, they both make their ways down to the ring and the match begins. Okay, so the match starts between Kevin Owens and Grayson Waller. Kevin Owens doesn't hold back. He's straight on Grayson Waller with a drop kick, punches, boom, boom, boom. KO is not holding back. He is going for it. He throws Grayson Waller into the ropes and then hits a clothesline to Waller. He throws Waller into the corner, but Waller is like, I'm not having this. He rolls out of the ring to where Austin Theory is stood looking for some comfort, some distraction, some help. Kevin Owens is like, nah, what is this? He takes out of the ring where he stood, runs round the ring to where Waller and Theory are. I always get these guys' names mixed up. I will say Waller when I mean Theory and Theory when I mean Waller, but this match is with Grayson Waller. And he hits a running clothesline to Grayson Waller. As he does that, he is then over by the announce table at this point. So he's hit the running clothesline, he picks up Grayson Waller, he throws him into the barricade, he picks him up again, hits him head first off the announce table, he picks him up and rolls him back into the ring, and then Austin Theory's like, I'm going to have a distraction, give my man chance to catch a breath. So he distracts Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens is like, nah, and he hits Austin Theory, giving Grayson Waller a chance to move. He comes out from under the bottom rope with a sliding clothesline to Kevin Owens from the outside of the ring. Kevin Owens then throws Grayson Waller up and over his shoulders and slams him into the ground outside the ring. He then gets up and takes out Austin Theory because he's doing his head in at this point. He gives him a little punch, which then does actually give Grayson Waller a chance to get back up and do something. So Grayson Waller gets up, he grabs Kevin Owens, he throws him into the ring outside, like face first into that post outside of the ring. It looked painful. He throws Kevin Owens back into the ring. He goes for the cover, but Kevin Owens manages to kick out. So Waller at this point is mid-rope. He goes for a drop elbow to Kevin Owens. He covers Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens kicks out again. Kevin Owens is top rope. Waller is looking to superplex Kevin Owens, but he can't quite get him up and get him over. It ends in multiple punches to the head from Kevin Owens, and then he headbutts him. He literally headbutts Grayson Waller a few times from the top of the rope. Waller falls off. Kevin Owens goes and hits him with a swanton off the top rope. He covers, but Grayson Waller kicks out. Kevin Owens' swantons, beautiful, beautiful. Kevin Owens is looking for a stunner, but Waller rolls up Kevin Owens and manages to counter this. but Kevin Owens kicks out of that roll up. There's a lot of back and forth then between the two. Nobody really has control. Punches, kicks, punches, kicks. Kevin Owens then manages to eventually hit the stunner into a pop-up powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens is our winner. Of course Kevin Owens was going to win. There was no chance Kevin Owens wasn't going to win this match. However, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller didn't like this, so they start going in on Kevin Owens. It's a 2 versus 1. They grab steel chairs, they jump up on the apron, and Cody Rhodes' music hits. Cody Rhodes runs down to the ring to help his friend, of course, and then we see Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes basically take out Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, and then we see a moment where once Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are out of the picture, Kevin and Cody are like staring each other down in the ring. As we know, Kevin Owens is going to face Cody Rhodes for the WWE Universal Championship at Bash at Berlin. So there's a little bit of tension there, even though they are really good friends. And then Cody is looking at his title on the floor and goes to pick it up, but Kevin actually picks up the title and kind of looks at it and then like hands it back to Cody and like taps him on the shoulder and walks off. There was a bit of tension there, but I really enjoyed that. So next we have LA Knight come out. As we know, LA Knight is having a bit of a feud, a bit of a face off with Santos and Legado del Fantasma at the moment. So let me talk to you. Yeah. He is our United States Championship and we are so here for it and we love it. So he is cutting a little bit of a promo against Santos Escobar. I believe they are having a match for the United States Championship next week on Smackdown. So he's like, Santos, you'll have a good chance that you won't forget who you are, but you'll forget where you are when I hit you with that BFT next week. And then he says, Santos can call him trash, but no matter what day it is, what week it is, this week, next week, this trash will beat your ass. And he says a few other things about Santos, but yeah, that was a pretty cool promo from LA Knight. It was short, it was only like 1.5 minutes long. He literally ripped into Santos and then carried on. Okay, so we move on to our next match for this evening, which is a #1 contenders tag match between the Street Profits and DIY. As we know, DIY were the previous tag champions against the Bloodline, who just recently won, Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. Of course, the Street Profits have previously been tag champions, so it would be nice to see either or win this #1 contenders match, but I know who I want to win. I am a big Street Profits fan. I am a big Street Profits girly, so they are always the ones that I want to win. Tag matches really fumble with my brain because there's so much going on. Like, if it's more than a one-on-one, I can't, like, look here and look there, look here, look there. My attention is, like, blah, 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 blah. So, I'm going to read from my notes for this match because there was a lot going on and a lot happened. So, we start with Montez Ford and Johnny Gargano. It's very technical to begin with. There's not much going on. We just see Johnny Gargano and Montez doing lots of flips, lots of twists, lots of arm movements. There's no real, like, actual hits or kicks. It's just a lot of technical movements and showing the counters of other movements. But there's lots of grabs, lots of counters, lots of kicks. But obviously, no real damage is done. And then we see both Angelo Dawkins and Tommaso Ciampa tagged in at this point then. Angelo is bouncing back and forth off the rings, off the ropes on the ring. Tommaso Ciampa is dodging him every single time. Eventually, Dawkins catches Tommaso Ciampa's face with a hit. So, we then see Montez Ford is tagged in and Dawkins hits an Irish whip to Tommaso Ciampa into a drop kick from Montez. Then, as he does an assisted moonsault from the Street Profits to Tommaso Ciampa. As this then happens, Johnny Gargano enters to be hit with a double flapjack. Dawkins is tagged in. He runs around the ring and takes out Tommaso Ciampa from the outside of the ring. We then hit a commercial break, and after we come back from the commercial break, we are back in ring with the Street Profits and Johnny Gargano. He takes down both of them, He throws the ropes. Through the ropes, he does a dive onto Montez Ford. You know, that little thing where he stands and goes through the middle rope onto Montez Ford. He covers Montez Ford, but Montez Ford kicks out. Tommaso Ciampa is tagged in at this point. Dawkins is tagged in. Tommaso hits a big boot to Montez Ford. He throws Tommaso to Montez. who slams him down onto the mat. Dawkins covers, but Ciampa kicks. Dawkins top ropes hits a swanton to Ciampa, who rolls out of the way, actually missing the hit of the swanton. He hits a running knee to Dawkins. He covers, but Dawkins kicked. Johnny Gargano is then tagged back in. Dawkins throws Johnny over his shoulders, slamming him into the mat, and tags Montez. Okay, so after Montez is tagged in, we see both Dawkins and Tommaso Ciampa being thrown out of the ring, and then Johnny Gargano and Montez both look at each other, and they're both off the top ropes, opposite sides of the ring. So we've got Montez on the announce table side with Tommaso Ciampa on the floor, and then Johnny Gargano the ramp side with Angelo Dawkins off the floor. From the top rope, they both suicide dive onto the opponent team member. And then kind of stare at each other through the ropes, which was really cool. Montez and Johnny Gargano then back in the ring really quickly, mid-ring, punching each other, kicks. Johnny Gargano goes for a cover and Montez, but Montez kicks out. We then hit another commercial break, and then we come back. We are back in the ring with Montez Ford and Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa kicks Dawkins off the side of the ring. Montez rolls up Ciampa from behind, but Ciampa manages to kick out. Montez hits a zigzag to Ciampa, and then goes up top rope to do a 450. Ciampa, however, gets his knees up, goes for a cover on Montez, but Montez kicks out. Johnny Gargano is tagged in. They go for a shatter machine to Montez Ford, but Dawkins manages to literally at the last second get in and break that cover. DIY throw Dawkins out and set up to hit Montez. But Dawkins grabs. They've got Montez in the middle of the ring and they're either side setting up to do some kind of move, but Dawkins grabs Johnny Gargano from under the ring and pulls him out. So after Johnny Gargano has been pulled out of the ring by Angelo Dawkins, Montez goes for Ciampa, but Ciampa rolls Montez into a cover, but Montez actually manages to counter as he goes for the roll into a jumping knee. He tags Angelo Dawkins in. They go for an assisted powerbomb, but Johnny Gargano breaks the cover from Tommaso Ciampa at the last second. By kicking Angelo Dawkins in the head. Johnny Gargano throws Montez out of the ring. He is punching with him outside of the ring then. And then there is punches back and forth between Ciampa and Dawkins. They're going at it. Johnny Gargano is tagged. He kicks Dawkins in the head from outside of the ring. DIY looking to go for the fairy tale ending, while Tommaso Ciampa's looking for the fairy tale ending. He goes for a super kick to Dawkins, and then he hits the fairy tale ending. They go for cover, but the cover is broken by Angelo Dawkins kicking out. Sorry, I'm just reading my notes as we go. There's back and forth then between all of them. However, Street Profits then managed to hit their super blockbuster 1, 2, 3. Street Profits are our #1 contenders for the tag champions. I'm so excited. I really, really want Street Profits to win this. They are probably my favourite tag team in WWE, so I was very, very happy for them. And I'm very excited to see Montez and Angelo versus Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. It's going to be a great match. Yeah, I'm so excited for that one. Okay, so we move on to our final segment for this evening. The Bloodline seems to be taking up a lot of the final segments with the Smackdown at the moment, but that's okay. We're okay with that. So Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga make their way down to the ring. Solo does his usual Orlando acknowledge me, but the crowd are chanting OTC. Of course, they're chanting original Tribal Chief. Solo is like, I know one man who needs to acknowledge me, Roman Reigns. You call yourself the Tribal Chief or OTC, whatever that is. If you want this Ula Fala back, come and take it from me. Roman Reigns' music hits and he makes his way down to the rings. We then have Solo and Tama Tonga stood on one side, Roman stood on the other side of the ring. Solo takes off the Ula Fala necklace and hands it to Tama Tonga, and then orders him to stand in the corner of the ring. Solo takes the first punch on Roman. he's multiple punches to Roman. Boom, boom, boom. Roman then bounces off the ropes and hits a Superman punch to Solo Sikoa, who then rolls out of the ring. Okay, so Tama then goes in and attacks Roman. After being ordered by Solo not to do so, he kind of broke that order and attacks Roman. As he attacks Roman and Roman is down, he turns around to check on Solo. As he turns back to Roman, he is greeted with a slam from Roman, and then he throws him out of the ring. Roman joins them down by the announce table. He's throwing like bits off the announce table, looking like he's ready to slam one of them into the table. Roman grabs Tama, but Solo has managed to get back up and he hits Roman from behind. He rolls him back into the ring, and we see Solo grab Roman and he's going for that Samoan spike. But obviously Roman has worked with Solo for so long. He knows his movesets, he knows his counters. He counters it into a Superman punch. So Solo is out, like, not there. He's not with it. He then sets up for his spear. He goes for the spear to Solo Sikoa. Solo is out then. He's literally rolled, he's gone, he's done. The spear has taken him out. Roman is stood in the ring then, and we see him pick up the Ulafala necklace, and as he's lifting it to put it on his head, I'm like, he's not going to get there. Somebody else is going to come, Tongaloa or whatever his name is, and Jacob Fatu or whatever. Roman actually puts the Ulafala necklace on and he's like embracing every moment. Like, he's become the tribal chief again. This necklace just makes you feel so powerful, apparently. To only be attacked by Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu then runs in, he attacks Roman while he's all in his glory with this Ulafala necklace. He then punches to Roman, kicks to Roman. Roman then ends up out of the ring with all three of the Bloodline members. We've got Tama, Jacob and Solo. There we see Tama and Jacob Fatu lift Roman up onto Solo's shoulders. They slam him through the announce table like they did to Paul Heyman and multiple other people. They then drag Roman back into the ring, lay him in the middle of the mat. They put the necklace back on Solo. They all do the ones, and that's where Smackdown ends this week. Okay. I really want to know where this Bloodline stuff is leading to. It's intriguing me. I am getting a little bored of seeing the same thing every week. Someone being slammed through the table by the Bloodline, and that's it. But I know it's all going to come to a good ending and it's going to be a great story. Got to have a little bit of nothing to get something good, I guess. But yeah, that was everything that happened on Smackdown this week. Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Stay tuned for our upcoming episodes next week. We have a Raw review coming from Courtney on Tuesday, NXT review from Reese on Wednesday, our podcast next week on Thursday at 8 PM UK time, and then Smackdown review next week from Ross. We are leading up to Bash at Berlin, which is in 2 weeks time. Is it 2 weeks today? Yeah, 2 weeks today, Bash at Berlin in Germany, which will be really cool. I'm really excited for that, just because I know it's going to be on at a good time for us UK fans. I believe both Smackdown and Bash at Berlin on the Friday and Saturday will start at 6 PM for the UK fans. And I will double check that and make a TikTok video, so hold out and look for that. But yeah, that was everything that happened on Smackdown this week, and I hope you really enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button again, guys, and let us know something in the comments, and we'll catch you for the next one. Bye!